Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm News Jester. My name is Junior. Today we're gonna do a review on Star Wars Black Series figures. Admiral Thrawn or Grand Admiral Thrawn from Ahsoka. I know this is an older figure, but I want to review it anyway. And the Jedi Knight Yord Fandar from the Acolyte. We'll start off with Grand Admiral Thrawn and go on with the Jedi Knight. Here is the side of their boxes. Yeah, it's a little bit warped here. It doesn't really matter to me since I will be unboxing it. I won't be keeping the box. And that's basically it. So let me unbox the Grand Admiral. And I will see you guys soon. So the Grand Admiral over here is really sparse when it comes to accessories. He only comes with this small blaster, which I can understand. He is an Admiral, so he's not like an action oriented character, but it goes on to the blaster over here, so that's pretty good. Let's do a close-up on the face sculpt and see what's going on. So here's the sculpt of the face. It's very close. I can't remember, is this Lars Mikkelsen or is that his brother's name? I can't remember. I know he's a Mikkelsen. um, and I didn't realize that some or most of the actors currently portraying in the live action were the voices that was in the Rebels animated. Like, he was the actual voice of Grand Admiral Thrawn in the animated series, and he just went ahead and took on the part, just as the same thing with the Governor. Um, he was voiced by the live actor as well and got translated into that one. It's amazing how many actual good actors were in the Rebels animated series, so that it allowed them a continuity when they transferred to the live action series. So those are the detail. Nice detail again on the boots with the leather um, look. So I mean, it captures everything. Um, the thing is, when you have such a different colored skin like this, it's kind of hard to say did they do a good job or not. I'm almost gonna say no on this one because there should be variations on the skin color. Again, kind of like in the under the shadows of the eyes, under the cheeks or something like that. Um, and that's why sometimes the Grand Inquisitor, who has a pale skin, is lacking. Um, I'll compare this once the Jedi Knight Yord Fandar comes out. But the sculpt is there. It definitely looks like the actor himself. The body is different than the Grand Admiral Thrawn that we got from the animated series. So I like the fact that they went and gave us a more accurate physique for that match the actor's physique as well. Let me go ahead and zoom out. See, it's not going to allow me to zoom us too close. All right, so as for the articulation, he can look up by that much. Good thing is that he's got a ball joint at the base of his skull and also at the base of the neck, so that gives us a little bit of a range in a combination of both. That will do everything that we need, so that's good enough. And for the shoulders, there's no hindering with any kind of armor or anything, so it can go good. And of course, the swivel is now at the elbows, which I'm okay with because it doesn't sacrifice the sculpt of the biceps. He goes more than 90 degrees on this sculpt. This is why I love this new articulation design that they've created on the elbow, because usually it should only go up to 90, but because of the big hinge disc that they put on, that's been sculpted, so it's not like a big disc in there or a big ball. it can go quite a bit more. Now, do I want it to actually touch the upper arm? It's it would be good, I guess, for certain figures, but for this guy, I think it's good enough like that. Um, he has a swivel on the wrist, and the hand goes in and out. There's a ball joint on the waist that's hidden by the belt, so that's very well done. And gives a little bit side to side. Nothing again. There you go. A little bit going forward, a lot more going backwards. This uniform, kind of like forming as a small skirt, is split in half. Um, he comfortably goes about 45 degrees. Technically, he should be able to go to 90. So I'm assuming, you know what's stopping it is the design of this upper part of the leg. It's too big and too wide, so it's preventing it. So as you can see, it's gonna hit it right there. I guess that's fine. Like as I said, this character is not an action-oriented action figure, so it's good that he's able to move, but not necessarily extreme poses. Um, there is no thigh cut. That's kind of weird. Um, the movement is resting on the ball joint and the cavity socket. That's it. There is again single joint on the knee that goes up to 90 and a swivel on that knee. There is a boot cut in here if you want to utilize that. I can't seem to make it turn around completely. The ankle goes down by a little bit, not a lot. Let me see. Yeah, I feel like that's it. And then moving forward, I wonder if mine is just stuck. Yeah, because see, it goes up by quite a lot. And forward, it should be enough. And then with an ankle rocker. So this one is just slightly stuck. There you go. And there you go. So I think it does the job pretty well. I mean, Grand Admiral Thrawn is just going to be standing there. Sometimes he'll have his hands like so. And that's the most action he'll have. I got this at Walmart for $11 or $12. Um, I wanted him, but I didn't want to pay full price for him again, of course. But I wanted him because I have what's the name of the uh, the the female one that went and got him from that other galaxy, and then I was um, getting all these night troopers, so it would be nice to display them both together with the night troopers and Captain Enoch. So I'm glad I was able to get him from that. I think I'm gonna try to get as much of the Black Series Ahsoka, because I really do like what was going on in that series, and I like the live representation of these characters. I definitely like to see more of the Grand Admiral, um, because I did read a book by Timothy Zahn a long, long time ago when it was first published. So a long time ago, over maybe what 20 years ago. Um, I had to reread it again. He was being touted as the um, successor of the Imperial, um, the the Empire, but or the last strategic tactical genius. Um, but I really didn't follow it because it almost seemed like he was being touted as the um, next dangerous being in the entire Imperial army besides Darth Vader. Like maybe even better than Tarkin. But anyway, yeah. So that's it for Grand Admiral Thrawn. We're gonna go look into Jedi Knight Yord Fandar. Let me go ahead and unbox him. I'll be right back. So here's Yord Fandar from the Acolyte series. My first impression of this particular figure is that his neck is way too long. Um, Maybe it needs to be just slightly lower, which it's just really bothering me. Now, the Acolyte series, I guess we have to talk about that. I want figures that fill out my Jedi ranks, even though this is from the, what is this era called? Grand Republic. But I want Jedi just as I like to get troopers. I don't know why. I just want to do that. We'll look at the articulation really quickly. I know there's a lot of anger towards the Acolyte series, and I was never really sure why. And then I met that guy who sold me the Force Awakens Stormtrooper, and he was explaining to me that um, there were the Acolyte series and most of the Star Wars show seems to be um, not following the what's accepted as canon in Star Wars. It's kind of weird. This is tied in there, so we can't use that as a robe or as a cap for him. So I definitely do want a lot of Jedi. So I'm almost tempted to pre-order the Jedi that's currently being offered right now. But I think I'm gonna hold off on those, and I'm going to gamble that eventually those will go down in price, especially with the anger and hatred towards the series. Um, this I got on sale for $16 or $17 on Amazon. Yeah, but I kind of like them. I just don't like this really giraffe-looking neck. So let's take a look at his head sculpt. So, like, he actually looks good. The likeness is not perfect. There's something wrong with the eyes that they did, which I don't like. It's there. This is the kind of level of detail that I would expect from a 3.75. Certainly not from a 1/12 scale. Um, so that's why I'm kind of disappointed. And I really don't like the neck on this one. It just makes him look like a giraffe. Now, it's not really evident on this one, unfortunately. I was usually Black Series has this shadow going on underneath this eyebrow. He is really quite lacking in the paint detail that I wanted to show. Let me see if I can get another sample. So I'm going to bring out the third sister over here. Look at around her eyes where she has this kind of like makeup going on around her eyes. You know what I mean? And then even here on the hairline, all that paint application adds dimension to the face. That's lacking on this guy. Compare the two and you'll see the difference. This feels very flat. I really hope that they're not backtracking on paint application because so what I was trying to do or talk about with Grand Admiral Thrawn when it comes to these different colored skin is if they started applying this type of paint application around the eyes, kind of around the cheeks. You can kind of see it here around her mouth too. There are different variations of color that's basically making the face sculpture more dimensional. There's nothing here. There's just color on the eyebrows, in the eyes, around the lids, and the mouth. And that's it. That's why it looks so flat. And that's almost acceptable on an alien face, but going back onto this one now, that's really flat looking. So that's kind of disappointing. Really nice detail. This is the reason why I wanted such detail in this one. That's the peg hole for to hook up the lightsaber. The lightsaber, I was surprised to see that he has a yellow or golden lightsaber. I don't know the significance of that. So anyway, that's it for. Oh, so the range. Trying to remove this robe. That's the only thing about these robes. They're so bulky. But I still prefer the cloth robe rather than going on plastic because now that really looks like a giraffe. Okay, I've taken off the robe and that really just exaggerates that long neck now. I think they made a mistake somehow and this shoulder should be higher. So they're printing out generic bodies and they plunked in the head. Is what's happened here. For articulation, the head, because of the hair, can't even go up. It's actually very limited in range on the movement of the head. Um, the shoulders go okay. Again, you have the twist on the elbow. Elbow only goes up to 90 because of the sculpting of the folds. Um, Nothing on the gauntlet. Very nice gold. Very nice design over here. Almost reminiscent of the elvish design that we saw on Lord of the Rings. Waist will go on a twist, and the arm goes up and down. The articulation rests underneath under the waist, hidden by the belt on a peg ball joint system, so that's pretty good. Really nice detail on the belt over here. You have a cut over here, and because as you can see with this one smooth over here, they should be able to do a high kick. Yep, pretty good. And it does have a thigh cut, so that's good. Single joint on the knee that allows him over about 90 degrees, and again a twist on the knee. So that's basically regular articulation that's going on the Star Wars. That much for the going down of the ankle, and that much for going up on the ankle and ankle rocker. And so for the valuation of the two, because I got this one at $12, so the base price of 10 equaling $12. The value for this one was 12. I was actively searching for this one and I got a pretty good price. I didn't have to pay $24. So I'm gonna say the value is, I'll put it in an average of 12. That's basically where my value setting is. As for this Jedi, I did like him in the series. I wanted to get his figure. I'll put him at 11 because I don't like the fact that they seem to be diminishing the paint quality that's occurring on the head, and I don't like the fact that they made him really, really long necked. I feel like those two could have been fixed. So I'll say 11, maybe bordering on 12, 10. He's got an earring. I kind of got what I wanted. Somewhat disappointed by those two errors or things, but other than that, he seems fine. I think what they should have done was built him a different body. I'm pretty sure they're reusing this body for something else. Should have been a taller body that would fit this long neck and head, because I feel like he's a taller character in the movie. So it just seems out of place. But that's it for my review of the Jedi From Acolyte, what's his name again? Yord Fandar. And Grand Admiral Thrawn, a value of 11 on the Jedi and 12 on Grand Admiral. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a nice day. Bye.